I actually can't tell. Yeah.
Never mind. It just I thought I saw 5 out of here for a second. I always see him though, so maybe it's different for me.
I think it's just you.
Probably.
One of my fans made me a nice portrait. Shout out to Ida Bida for making that ridiculous picture of Savior surrounded by, well, sort of Savior as kind of Jesus, surrounded by a whole bunch of, I guess, people in this painting. Pretty disturbing. And Firebat Hero is definitely one of them.
I saw that, man. That was a weird freaking picture.
Yeah, it was disturbing. Someone should post a link to it. Yeah. Fine. I think I'm just curious how we're doing in terms of our mics. I'm seeing some opinions in the channel about different voices, loudness. How are we doing on volume? Are we pretty balanced right now? How do I break a microphone? It's easy. I fall asleep with a laptop next to me, and I drop it on the ground, and I snap off the microphone jacks. That's pretty brilliant.
Nice.
That's how I do it.
Alright, here's something I want to mention. I want to see what you guys think about. I was thinking about this a little bit. Bisu, I noticed this after he won his second MSL or whatever. He got stomped by Mind and didn't do so well for a while. And I remember that most of the MSL against Mind, he didn't really use High Templar at all. I think he made a couple maybe, but that's one of the things I remember is if he'd had some High Templar around to storm during the major battles, then he would have been fine. He would have been able to win that MSL probably, but he didn't produce any High Templar. He barely produced any in the following Star League. He lost some other games against other players because he didn't have any High Templar in the major late game battles. And there's his 2 MSL pins though, by the way. He's going for a 3rd now. So yeah, no High Templar for Bisu. He kind of sucked. Now he's back. He's using Templar again. And so hopefully he's going to do better. But Jangbi he's kind of the king of High Templar. I mean, he's the one
Storm
famous
controller.
for storming the crap out of everything, and he has beautiful placement on his storms, absolutely beautiful. Even in PvP, he's really good at that. And oftentimes, if it goes to a late game, PvP comes down to who has the better storms. If you can catch a good clump of Dragoons with a good storm, those Dragoons are going to be weaker and they're going to get taken out easier by your Dragoons, that sort of thing. So is that something that you guys think is going to play a major role, or is Bisu going to make up for his less storm usage with other things, or what?
I mean, I saw in the series against Cal that Jangbi really didn't go for he didn't go for Reavers that often, and that's I feel like Bisu's Reaver control is a lot stronger than Jangbi's is. That being said, Athena 2 is being played twice, I believe, and Athena is a map where you can actually get away without building any Reavers. We've seen plenty of PvPs where they just go from two gates into expansion and then straight into Templar attack. So that could be possible. And also, Bisu does have a little bit of a preference for DTs, which obviously usually leads to them going for Templar attack for Storm Tech instead of going for any Reavers. So we could see if that plays into a factor here. We definitely saw lots of DTs in Bisu versus Free. I mean, I think 3 out of the 4 games were pretty much decided or had at least DT rushes or DT attacks in them. So we'll see if he continues with that style. Although it's certainly been questionable for him in the past whether going for DTs has worked or not. But it definitely worked against Free.
I just want to point out that Jangbi's storms make Korean girls scream. I did put a link to it in YouTube, the YouTube link to it in sc2gg.com chat. There it is again. Make sure you watch it. It's some ridiculous storms.
Indeed, indeed.
That was pretty awesome. Now here's something else to point out that this just reminded me. They're showing like the last 10 games versus Protoss. Bisu has won 8 out of his last 10 games versus Protoss, which is pretty ridiculous. The last game he played, though, was a rematch against Free in the Pro League, and I guess I'll have to spoil it. I mean, you gotta spoil... you gotta spoil the lead up to this match if you're gonna talk about this match. But basically, Bisu got pretty owned by Free. He played sloppy. He lost a probe to Free's scouting probe. He ran his Dragoons off. He got them caught on move action, and they got slaughtered and took a major disadvantage. He didn't have enough troops. He didn't have the right build to counter. He didn't really scout that well. So, you know, if Bisu of that Pro League game shows up today, then he's going to lose. But if Bisu that played Free shows up today, he stands a very good chance of winning. Jangbi also has won, I think it said 8 or 9 out of his last 10 games versus Protoss, so he's doing pretty well too. But that's just something to know.
Are you guys getting sick of PvP yet?
Dude, I love PvP.
I think I've had enough PvP, to be honest. It reminds me a little bit of the TSL finals, actually, Team Liquid finals, when it was basically the final 4. I think had 1 Terran, and the rest were all Protoss, and there was tons of PvP. But you know, I do give respect to the easy race when it's played on a pro level. Just gonna throw a little bit of anti-Protoss hate out there, just to warm that chat up a little bit. The 1A, 2A, 3A race, not bad, not bad. It looks like we got a lot of reactions right here. I actually like Zerg versus Zerg and Terran versus Terran better, to be absolutely frank. I think, well, I'm not going to go and say right now. Actually, I'm going to say I think PvP is my least favorite of all matchups. However, the round of 4 has made up for it mostly because the games have been really, really good, actually.
There's been some...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that we have seen a few, you know, crazy games in terms of some ridiculous Reaver micro and things like that. And, I mean, in terms of pure micro, you see the best micro come out in mirror matches, I think, because you can actually see the differences in a straight Dragoon Reaver versus Dragoon Reaver or whatever the unit mix may be. But, you know, it's clear when the guys playing have the same units out there that, you know, whoever has the best micro is going to win that. And we've seen that time after time in PvP matches. And I think that is probably the most exciting part of it. I mean, Stork in particular had a mean streak of just going Reavers in PvP where he was just destroying everyone. And then he stopped going Reavers and he lost. But, you know, it was fun to watch while it lasted.
Yeah, I think that's why I generally like PvP so much, is because of the fact that it's just such a skill matchup. It comes down to so close of skill. And yeah, a lot of it is, you know, build order kind of, people say it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors thing, but it's a lot more, there's a lot more different options and that sort of thing. But most of the time, it ends up being pretty mirror, and things end up equalizing out. And then it comes down to skill. I mean, usually it's, you know, like, you know, 15 Dragoons and 2 Reavers against 15 Dragoons and 2 Reavers, and it's literally the best player that wins. And that's exciting for me, to have all the battles being so close and that sort of thing, and just to see Reavers going on. It looks like the game is starting 3, 2, and 1 for just in case anyone needs to sync something.
Yes.
I guess
right,
since
we're
I'm
starting
here,
right now.
I think I'll go ahead and commentate the first game, but then I'm gonna ditch after the first game. But I'll go ahead and let's see.
Yeah,
if
right.
They're gonna show the colors.
$15,
So,
you're not leaving.
We got
3 hours
really?
later.
I'll take $15. So we got Bisu in white at the 9 o'clock position. Jangbi looks to be in teal at the 2:30 position, approximately. I didn't catch the map. Is this Athena?
This is Athena 2 here, and Athena 2 definitely a map where scouting is so essential. You really want to be able to get up that ramp with your first probe. Given that there's only 2 places you can scout, it is a little bit, you know, obviously the chances of you getting there early is important, but it is a little bit easier. But you know, I think this is again like one of the maps where you can skip going Reavers and just go for lots of gateway units. early on, and then get your expansion. We'll see if either player decides to do that instead of the standard Reaver tech. One thing that you guys didn't mention though, but I think is so important in PvP, is scouting. It's one of those matchups where if you get yourself into a tech situation, into a build order that your opponent doesn't know about, you can win just by that build order alone. And it's the players who've scouted better have generally won. Cal did a better job than Jangbi, but Jangbi managed to win anyway. But Stork, of course, has always been known for his scouting. Bisu has always been known for his scouting. And both, look at this, they're going scouting right after Pylon here, not going to wait for the gateway. And this is a sign that both are certainly playing cautiously in this first game here. Getting a little bit of lag right now, but we see, gateways going up. Very standard here, 10 gates probably, and there's the simulator for both players. So neither player going for any early cheese here, but we can see certainly a lot of different things. Proxy gateways, proxy robotics facilities. All these things are possibilities in PvP, and certainly we've also seen a lot of things like 3-gate goons as a timing attack that worked really well and managed to smash in the face of their opponents. Oh, an anti-mana pylon here from Bisu. Oh, nice mana pylon though, put up by Jangbi here. I'm sorry, put up by Bisu on Jangbi. Getting the colors mixed up a little bit. This is Bisu's mana pylon inside of Jangbi's base. That's going to give him a definite advantage here.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. I think we've been seeing a lot more mana pylons in PvP, I think since the start of this MSL and maybe even the OSL. I can't remember seeing them quite so much before, but I feel like every game, whoever plays, someone does a mana pylon, especially Bisu lately, man. I mean, it's part of his basic game plan is to throw a mana pylon up there and disrupt the mining, which it's gotta have play a little bit to his advantage. And I mean, the fact that he is in the MSL finals, I mean, I would guess that it was working. He did it a ton against Free, and I mean, it worked against him in a few instances. And it just, not to mention the fact that it just messes the other player up. And Bisu now sending a Zealot into the base of Jangbi, and he's going to try to take out additional probes. And another mana pylon goes up, so a second mana pylon up from Bisu on Jangbi, and that is going to add up. That's going to start hurting. He did manage to trap a few probes in there as well. So now, does Jangbi go after the Zealot, who's going to be attacking probes, or does he go after the mana pylon? I mean, obviously he's got to stop that Zealot, and he can really only attack that with the stuck probes, and that just takes forever to take down. So, I mean, this is definitely showing the advantage of a mana pylon, and I think Bisu is smart in doing so.
Yeah, and that's a really beautiful spot for it too. Actually, it's a perfect spot where it actually blocks off 2 mineral patches.
But he gets in though. I'm sorry, I just gotta say that Jangbi, that was a little bit of a micro mistake there by Bisu. He probably couldn't micro that Zealot on the ramp to block it, but he gets a sight of the early robotics facility. Sorry, go on though.
Oh no, that's alright. My stream lagged for once, so I didn't even see that going on. So that's a good call. Single gateway robotics facility here for Bisu. It looks like only single gateway for Jangbi as well. Jangbi upgrading goon range, but it doesn't look like Bisu is at the moment. So that's kind of an interesting. We're starting to see a little bit of a division here, and Jangbi actually putting up his robo now as well off of 1 gateway. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure Bisu. I wonder if okay, there it is. I was going to say I think he's going to go for some quick reavers here by the fact that he's not investing in the singularity charge upgrade yet. But Jangbi is. He's probably going to go for the pretty standard like ramp holding strategy where you get your goon range, you get some obs, you hold your ramp, and then you get some more gateways, move out, and get an expansion, that sort of thing. But Bisu's going for quick reavers here. Now, Jangbi can kind of expect this. Well, I don't know if he can't definitely anticipate it because he could be doing the same thing that Jangbi is, but he knows that there's only 1 gateway there, so he's got to think of it as at least a possibility. And the problem with that is that if Bisu goes in for some quick reaver harass and Jangbi's on top of it and has a couple of dragoons behind his base, it's not going to accomplish anything, and that's going to be bad for Bisu in the long run.
Yeah, I think Jangbi can pretty much safely assume that Bisu wasn't going for Templar attack, though he was lucky enough to get that scout in. He's going to go for both Observatory and Robotics support bay there. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the first units to come out of Bisu's robotics facility here, stream lagging a little bit, unfortunately. But yeah, I think That scout was pretty important there. Jangbi knows there's no DT tag, whereas I think Bisu isn't certain about that. Both players still just staying in their bases mainly, though. Not really much to see here. Here's the first Reaver out for Bisu. It looks like he's going to go Reaver first here, and Jangbi is going to go Shuttle first. So Bisu a little bit worried about a frontal break, and now getting his goon range. And interesting little divergences, but I think both players are at fairly even positions right now. It can't really give an advantage to either.
Yeah, I think that the Reaver by Bisu was probably more because he couldn't get that scout on Jangbi's base as late as Jangbi had a scout on Bisu, so Jangbi knew that Bisu did have the robotics facility up, and I guess he had a better clue as to what Bisu's build was, whereas Bisu I don't think has had a probe or zealot in there since his little matter pylon harass that was going. I don't remember how much he saw.
Speed shuttle.
Point.
Speed shuttle.
I saw this. I thought I recognized Stork's speed shuttle build. I think this is an adaptation of Stork's one-base speed shuttle build.
But
Jangbi does have his Dragoons in place to counter this, but the thing about the speed shuttle build is it doesn't matter if there's Dragoons there. He can still run in there and cap a bunch of probes. Yeah, it's kamikaze, so it could still work, and we're going to see it in just a second here.
Oh my goodness. Is it going to go in? It's going. It's coming down. It's going. There. Oh, no. Looks like Jangbi sees it and Bisu decides not to kamikaze it in. With good focus fire, 3 goons can take down the shuttle, though, I think, right before it gets into the mineral lines. It's literally that close. But Speed Shuttle gets away. Now, Jangbi knows this is what's going on now. Really not much he can do about it. He might have a little bit of an advantage because of the extra resources sunk into the speed shuttle, but I really like the speed upgrade for shuttles in general. It makes them so nimble and so strangely fast. Alright, here comes the Jangbi coming with the drop, and this is not an opportune time, but it's frozen for me. Looks like he's actually not able to drop, though. Looks like he's flying away, so unable to get a drop in.
Jangbi's got the speed shuttle too, though. He's scooting around there like a maniac, but he just had the same problem that Bisu had. They were both ready for it with a ton of Dragoons, so they're gonna have to switch up the gameplay. Having only one base, how do you harass one base with a shuttle if the minerals are surrounded by Dragoons? I don't think you can. So now we see them both expanding. I think Bisu was a little bit later in the expand than Jangbi.
Nothing happens.
Bisu trying to... Oh, wow, that was amazing. He hit the Dragoons with those Scarabs somehow. He's killing off one Dragoon. He was trying to target Jangbi's Reaver before it could get picked up, but Jangbi did pick it up with his shuttle, and Bisu's going to get out of there pretty quick. I think my stream might be ahead of yours, because it sounds like I'm seeing things a little ahead of you, so I'm sorry if I'm throwing you off color there, but... Oh, no! Bisu lost his shuttle for no reason!
God.
No!
Oh, spoilers! Yeah. I'm 2 seconds behind you.
Spoilers? No, I can see actually about the same time as you. But man, I don't know what Bisu's gonna do. Looks like he's gonna try to persist in a frontal attack. Maybe he thinks he's too far behind at this point. But that's gonna be suicidal there with 2 Reavers against 0 Reavers. Bisu, Bisu. Why did you lose your shuttle?
Wow.
I don't think it was necessary. I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I could play better, but that was a big mistake there, I think, and he could lose the first game really quickly now because of it.
That's how he lost Game 3 to Stork, is he carelessly lost a shuttle with 2 Reavers in it at a crucial moment late in the game.
And here comes the speed shuttle for Jangbi. Jangbi's gonna go. If Bisu can take it out, of course, that would make a big difference. Jangbi with 2 Reavers being dropped, just gets hits on the Dragoons, though, doesn't manage to kill any of the economy, so that's at least a little bit of a benefit for Bisu. But certainly this is gonna be a really close game. It looks like both are still just positioning themselves in the middle here.
I'm having a little trouble with the stream, so you guys keep going while I sort out these technical difficulties.
There's a big, gigantic battle in the middle here, and it looks like Jangbi is going to win this battle. Yeah, sorry about that. The stream was a bit laggy, and Jangbi now going in for the killing blow. Both Reavers being dropped off here. Kills off a lot of Dragoons there, and wow, this is... This is looking really, really bad for Bisu. I think this is going to be Jangbi's game here very soon here. What do you think, Moltrap?
Well, my stream just woke up and Bisu has somehow survived.
Yeah, wow.
I have no idea how
yeah.
he survived going into that, but I didn't even see the battle, so I have no idea what happened. But did he actually take out Jangbi's Reavers in that battle?
Yeah, I believe he did, although mine was also, unfortunately, not doing really well, my stream.
Well, that could be...
But yeah.
That could be a turning point then if he's managed to even things up by managing to take that battle. Usually in this kind of situation, when you lose your Reavers like that, it's like, it's GG, you have one last chance to get back in the game, and it usually doesn't work. But apparently Bisu has managed to get back in the game because he's got about the same amount of Dragoons and he's got the Reavers. So once that shuttle goes out, he's venturing out without his Reavers though, for some reason, getting a Dragoon picked off. But yeah, Bisu back in his game now, which is kind of interesting. They've both got their expansions up. No economy has really been harassed on either side. Jangbi has a crap ton of probes in his base right now, and now he's getting a Citadel. So he's going to try to advance to later tech. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's still ahead because, yeah, I'm just saying he's still ahead. He's got more gateways still. But this could be the great equalizer here. Here he comes with the Reaver. Oh! It's gonna... Oh my goodness! Dud Scarab. Ouch.
Super Scarab.
That is just so frustrating. That is so frustrating. And Bisu looks like he might get intercepted here. Jangbi with the interception. Oh, the stream freezing. Why is it freezing?
Oh, no, he made it. He made it. He made it.
He made it. Oh, thank God. Whew.
Wow. Both players teching up, actually. There's a Citadel from both of them. This is crazy. Both players trying to play defensively and offensively at the same time. Speed shuttles going everywhere. I can't wait until we're seeing speed shuttle storm drops off like 2 base in a minute here. But this is getting nuts.
Yeah, I think the advantage is going to come from the economic harasses. Neither army is really, you know, positioned or you know, it's basically if you move out right now and you're caught in the wrong position, a Reaver drop will just kill you. So both players want to stay in their base and then fight off of just do economic harasses for now. Another dud drop though from Bisu, having some bad luck today with his drops, not catching any probes. In fact, I don't think a single probe has died this game so far, at least in the streams that I've managed to actually see.
I haven't seen any probes die.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's like this is like a no probe death game here.
Just a scouting probe, that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the scouting probes did die. But no other probes have died basically the entire time. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, it's pretty easy to defend if you know what you're doing on this base, and both players obviously know what they're doing, so that's why we haven't really seen anything happen there. But yeah, it's interesting that neither player is taking another base at this point. They might be.
Oh, probe died.
Oh man, just when we were talking about that. It kind of reminds me of that game 3 between Stork and Bisu actually, where there was just so much military competition that either player knew that if they failed to build 2 extra Dragoons, that then they would lose the battle and lose the game, and so they didn't end up taking bases. They ended up not taking even natural bases. Well, both got their naturals killed off, but you know, it was just that close, and it looks like this is turning out to be the same sort of game where both players are just so close in military that they can't even get a third base right now. They can't afford it, because if they do, they'll be lacking those few Dragoons that they need to survive. But Jangbi with 4 Reavers in the battle now. I've just gotten a freeze on my screen here, but Bisu a little out of position.
Looks like Bisu has the same though.
Oh my God, gigantic battle here. Looks like
Reaver down.
Oh man, yeah, dual Reaver kill and another. Oh my God, that's not good at all. Bisu.
Man.
Wow, Bisu's gonna lose this battle. Superior micro from Jangbi, I think. Just better shuttle pickups than Bisu, who for some reason was a little bit lackluster in that battle. And I think this could be it here. Once again, I might be a little early, but I think this time. Yeah, wow.
GG.
Jangbi taking game 1. Wow, the underdog victory for game 1. Could be the start of an upset here.
Could be. I think Bisu is definitely above a lot of those mind games though that come with losing the first game. I think that Bisu can bounce back from this. A lot of other players maybe not. Firebat Hero certainly not, but I think Bisu is a caliber of player who's been in this position before where he can come back from this. I mean, it's only one game, so I think that he can definitely handle himself going into the next. He's just gotta shake it off and go back in there. I wish you could hear my pep talk to him. He'd be right back in there.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Sorry. keep casting, guys. I'm trying to fix my stream a little bit, but yeah.
Well, I got suckered into that game. That was a good game to watch, but I'm gonna win myself $15 by tearing myself away right now.
Oh, are you kidding me? You want to watch this, dude? This is the MSL finals.
I do.
Your masters can wait. Your masters can wait for the rest of your life. Okay, people don't need master's degrees. They're like
right
6 fingers. Like, seriously, what is masters? I'm never gonna get a master's degree. I mean, they're so useless. Any higher education above bachelor's is superfluous. Unless you're a doctor, I actually respect doctors. But
I was thinking about applying to grad school for next year, actually, to go and get a PhD.
Oh.
Did you hear? Collar just said he does not respect you, Motrap. I hope you got that implication.
Well, that's interesting to know.
No, I think it's funny because all my friends are getting going to these little like British 1-year master's programs. Like one of my close friends, like, I'm gonna go to King's College for a year and get myself an MA. I'm like, you're gonna go and drink in pubs for a year. That's basically what you're gonna do. But anyway, I'm not going for that.
Program to me.
Look,
I'm gonna go and.
The thing is, I'm not trying to be you know, all high and mighty about having an MA. I know it's just a piece of paper, but you know, it's a handy piece of paper to have around. It'll get you a little bit more respect here and there, and that's the only reason I'm getting it for the most part, because it's pretty easy to get. So.
I got a nice printer. I can print you out one if that's all you're looking for is a piece of paper. It probably wouldn't be that hard.
There's some links.
That'll save me.
Gmail.
That'll save me 10 grand too. All right.
Yeah. I think we can get some online degrees. Yeah.
Carla, real quick, what degrees do you hold, by the way?
A bachelor's and hopefully a law degree at some point. But
Okay. Wait. Are you going back to school too? I thought it was useless to go back to school though.
Oh. Well, I need to become a greedy, soul-sucking lawyer, unfortunately, because StarCraft commentating has not paid so well, Moltrap. So, unless those people in the channel right now want to donate us, let's see, if we have 700 people, $100 each. That's $100 each. That's it. That's all it would cost for me to avoid becoming a soul-sucking lawyer. How about that, kids?
Yeah.
I'd rather they donate like I don't know, some sort of breakfast food right now. I'm starving and it's 4 in the morning and I don't feel like going down to the kitchen and make something.
Wow, this is a weird commercial. Is that Firebat Hero? No, it's not.
No.
Just kidding. What is going on?
Dude, what the hell? Look what he's looking at.
Yeah, I know. It's like exclamation mark.
That's too funny, man.
Who is that?
I don't know. Some Korean celebrity who's
guy.
It's weird that
gonna
they're
get
like
sued for
trying
sexual
to point out
harassment.
that he looked at her cleavage for some reason.
That's what I would have done.
To his credit, he only looked for like a moment, even though she like totally snuck up on him.
Those things came out of nowhere, man. What would you do? You know, it's like Sasquatch sightings. You know, you gotta look.
You gotta remember George Costanza. Cleavage is like looking into the sun. You don't look. You don't stare at it. Okay. You take a look. You know. You take a peek, as Seinfeld said, because George stared at the cleavage of his. You know, his. I think it was the person he was trying to get a job with 15-year-old daughter for like a good 10 seconds.
Wow.
The Go
That's
1996
hardcore
TV.
lechery.
I know. And probably no one here has even heard of Seinfeld because we've got like people who are like 15 staying up here. God,
Way
you
to
kids,
show your
what are you kids
age,
watching?
man.